8:45 now, and the Pregnant with Possibilities Resource Center in Independence is celebrating 10 years with 10 Days of Giving. One of those events is dedicated to mental health among the youth in our community. Danita is back with us here this morning over in Studio B, learning more. I'm very interested in this, Danita.
I am interested too, Dave. Thank you so much. This coming Thursday, the center will hold a Youth Mental Health Summit. And joining me here this morning, we're happy to have the Pregnant with Possibilities Center CEO and President Veranda Rodgers. So glad you could join us today. I want to first just jump into, for people who may not have heard of you, what does the center do?
Absolutely. So Pregnant with Possibilities Resource Center is in Maple Heights, and we're dedicated to what we call 4 pillars. So the first pillar is for youth in grades 6 through 12. We offer comprehensive sexual health education to ensure that, one, they make healthy life choices and decisions, and they know what that entails. Our second pillar, which is what we are most known for, because people say pregnant, that's the work. But we host and support individuals who are pregnant or postpartum up to 11 months to ensure that they have everything that they need, from resources. We provide a group-based educational initiative. We also provide them one-on-one family planning, and we have a full resource center that offers everything from car seats, pack and play, strollers, everything to combat our disparities that we see when it comes to infant and maternal mortality. We also have an alumni-based program where our families are able to stay with us for an additional year. And through that additional year, they meet bi-monthly. We have a giving component where we actually fuel their mission to ensure that they are successful and that family thrives. So whatever the group saves, we actually match it. And over the last couple of years, we've seen it support everything from continuing education, paying off bills, down payment for a house, school clothes, whatever that mom needs. And our last pillar is our perinatal mental health. We started a behavioral health arm of our work, understanding that in COVID, right, social isolation was declared a public health crisis, and families were suffering.
Yeah.
Postpartum depression, people may not necessarily realize the warning signs. And while birth and pregnancy and bringing a new baby into the world can be exciting, it can also be daunting.
Yes.
And people not necessarily know how to cope, overcome. And so we support them through their perinatal mental health journey as well.
Well, Veranda, I remember when you first started, but it's 10 years now. How are you celebrating the 10 years?
So we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. Right now, we decided to do 10 random days of giving. So we asked the community to follow us on social media, and that leads up to our culminating gala, which will be on November 8th at the Embassy Suites on Rockside. But this past Friday, we were in Bedford, we were in Maple Heights. We paid for coffee at the Dunkin' Donuts. We also went to Save a Lot and pay for groceries. We dropped off these cute little cookies with our anniversary logo and this card that said Legacy of Kindness. We've paid it forward. Can you pay it forward to somebody else? To all of the car dealerships on the Bedford Auto Mall, as well as the City Hall, started with the mayor. So we're doing random things, so follow us on social media.
Yeah, you're doing random things, but one thing is really important, and we got to jump into this because this is what got my attention, was your mental health summit for young people. Why are you doing that?
So we're actually partnering with the Mental Health Youth Summit, and it's going to take place at the City Club here in Cleveland on Thursday. And because, one, we are committed to youth through our making sure that they have healthy life choices and decisions, but also mental health. So how do we pair that together? So we came on board as a partner. We'll be doing a subject talking about down in the DMs and how direct messages sometimes with other youth, one, can be unhealthy. It can be sexting. It also starts fights, because we know social media, while I didn't necessarily grow up with social media, we have had it as I progressed. Youth are struggling. And so how do we support their mental health and understand that they need to know the risk consequences associated with risky behaviors?
Well, Veranda, you are covering a lot of areas with what you're doing. First of all, congratulations on 10 years. The Youth Summit definitely needed. What's it called? Deep in the DMs?
Down in the DMs.
Down in the DMs. A lot of stuff going down in the DMs. That's messing up, hindering their thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on what you're doing and your 10 days of giving. That is something we all can learn from, and I wish you the very, very best. Keep making an impact in the community the way you are.
Thank you so much.
All right, Dave, back to you.
Yeah, very important, Danita. Another reason I love our format here on WKYC Plus, learning about organizations like this.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.